All right, let's dive into something that, well, a lot of us have probably wondered about, maybe even in private. We're going to talk about the difference between a kink and a fetish.
So let's get right to it. Kink versus fetish. What is the difference? I mean, these words get tossed around all the time, right? Sometimes they're even used interchangeably. But do they actually mean the same thing? Let's break it all down. Okay, so first up, let's tackle kinks. And honestly, the best way I've ever heard it described is to think of it as a bonus feature. So what does that mean, bonus feature? Well, a kink is basically a preference, a fantasy, or an activity that just enhances the whole experience. It makes things more exciting, but it's not required for you to have a good time. It's that little extra spice, you know? I love this quote because it really nails it. It's like a bonus feature. Someone can enjoy intimacy just fine without it, but with it, it's just better. It adds a whole other layer of enjoyment.
All right, so that's a kink. Now let's switch gears and talk about fetishes. And you'll see pretty quickly that we're moving from something that's a bonus to something that's more of a central focus.
A fetish. This is different. It's a really strong psychological focus on a specific thing. That could be an object, a part of the body, or a whole scenario. The key here is that this focus isn't just an add-on. It's often central to feeling aroused. And that's the crucial difference. For some people, that focus isn't just a bonus. It can feel absolutely necessary to reach full excitement. The key word here really is necessary. A kink is a nice to have, but for someone with a fetish, that specific focus can feel more like a must-have. Okay, so let's put these two ideas side by side to make the distinction crystal clear. Let's talk about the key difference, fun versus focus. When you boil it all down, it looks something like this. For a kink, the mindset is, this makes it more fun. For a fetish, it's more like, this is a key part of my arousal. See the difference? One is an enhancement, the other is fundamental. All right, so we've drawn a pretty clear line, right? Kinks in this box, fetishes in that box. Simple. But what if I told you it's actually not that simple at all?
Yeah, because in the real world, that line we just drew, it isn't rigid. It's actually pretty blurring.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. What's just a casual preference for one person might be absolutely essential for someone else. Human attraction, human desire, it all exists on a spectrum. The labels kink and fetish are useful for sure, but they're just signposts, not rigid cages.
So if it's all a spectrum and the labels aren't the be-all and end-all, then what really does matter? Well, it turns out there's one guiding principle that trumps everything else.
At the end of the day, whether you call it a kink, a fetish, or just a preference, what truly matters comes down to these three things. Is it safe? Is it consensual? And is it respectful? If everyone involved can say yes to all three, then that's what's important. So, that leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on, doesn't it? If desire really is a spectrum, how does that change our whole understanding of attraction? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this one.